Lesson 9.1, Solid Figures. We recently finished doing area, so now we do the next natural jump, which would be volume, solid things. What are some three-dimensional shapes? Well, we've got a box, and many people tell me this is one of their most challenging units just because of the drawing. We don't call it a box, we call it a prism. We could also have a similar thing where we have a circular cross section. So this would be called a cylinder. We could also do a triangular prism. Still just called a prism though, because it's got vertical things. We call this the height we give it a lowercase h. And there's two other shapes we could look at. One, of course, is a pyramid. And then the circular version of that which we would call a cylinder. Pardon me. We would call that a cone. So those are some of our shapes. Now the next question I ask is, which one are polyhedrons, or polyhedral, singular is polyhedron, and that would be the prism, and the pyramid. And those would be considered polyhedron because they have no curves. All right. So what do we call some of the pieces of these solid shapes? Well, let's do a prism and a cylinder. And I won't draw the dotted lines. We call this, and I'll have to draw the dotted line now that I think about it. These are the bases, the tops and the bottom. Same thing for a cylinder. They're also called the bases. And we put B, big B stands for base area. Now we also have these sides, we call them the faces. We don't call this, we just call this the lateral area, the outer edge. And so on. We'll have more of these. So we can have different types. We already did that. We can have a rectangular, square, triangular, base. We just showed that. The prism one we did was the same idea. And if you look up above, we had a triangular prism. And this would be square or rectangular. So this is a square base, which is the one we're going to predominantly work with. Lots of different ways to do it. So we're going to take a slight detour. If I take that rectangular prism, or actually square prism, and I unwrap it, we call that a net. It's very tricky, and that's the other name for it, is the surface area. If it was a pyramid, a square base pyramid, this would be a rectangular, actually, let's rewrite that. Rectangular prism. And we'll write this one. This would be a square pyramid. Will look something like this. So that's just the surface area. It's like unwrapping the surface area. We're not going to go any further. We'll do some hands-on activity with this. That's what this is. Try some on your own. You can go on the internet and look up geometric nets, find some fun stuff. A cylinder, if we unwrapped it, would look very strange. Something like that. So these are fun to play with, and they help you understand that we're looking at a surface area, not just some random shape, that they all have a flat surface that adds up to become their total surface area. That's it for now. Good luck.